What did the hero see in the column Flail's gnarled head that shattered their resolve? Altar's cold stone bleeds ancient blood, already seeps into their veil. Shattered their resolve, shadows coil, whispering travinkles buried prisonach chain a vow, each vow a crack, the ground trembles. It's Mephisto's laughter is a locked carving's door, already seeps into their veins turning. What if the cursed eye, heart, and flail of Khalim were not tools to imprison Mephisto, but instruments of his corruption, designed to erode the sanity of those who wielded them? Each relic a whisper, each whisper a fracture. The chains of Travincle did not bind Himthi unraveled. The ground trembles not from his power but his escape. Mephisto's laughter is no locked door, it is a key turning. The Horadrim did not craft the column key to cage Mephisto, they forged it to feed him. In Khalim's eye, heart, and flail, they sealed a poison slower than iron, sharper than time. The Dark Exile's architects believed they could starve hatred with silence. They believed wrong, each relic became a wound. The eye twisted Zakaram's devotion into hunger, the heart bled every prayer into ash, the flail. A pendulum of punishment, swinging not on Mephisto's chains but on the Horadrim's. Sin War's pages whisper the truth, containment was never the design. The keys were a bridge, a slow drip of influence from cell to world. Mephisto did not break free. He was let out one soul at a time. The soul stone beneath Travincle was a lock. The column key was the hand turning it. Zakaram's corruption was no accident, it was arithmetic. Every relic found, every curse unleashed, wrote the equation. Prison plus patience equals paradise. The Horadrim's grief was a language Mephisto learned first. Their hubris a scripture he cited. They built a tomb, he built a pulpit. And in every age the question lingers, who truly imprisons whom? What if the cursed eye, heart, and flail of Khalim were not tools to imprison Mephisto, but instruments of his corruption? The artifacts did not seal him, they unraveled those who bore them. The column key's function was a slow poisonach relic, a chisel carving away at the mind's foundation. The eye saw truths that bled. The heart pulsed with whispers that gnawed. The flail cracked bones, but only after shattering will. The Sin War trilogy calls it Mephisto's gambit, a prison that turned its jailers into jailbreakers. The hero of Diablo Roman II did not wield the keys wielded him, perception bent, loyalty frayed. Every act of defiance became a thread in his escape. The prison was a script, the guardians, actors reciting their own undoing. No iron bound him, no spell contained him, only the madness of those who thought they held the reins, the soul stone's destruction. A footnote, Mephisto's influence seeped into the cracks of their unraveling minds. The column key was never a lock, it was a lever. A trigger, a dirge sung in the key of despair. And still the question hums, who built the cage and who was already inside it? The Horadrim forged the column key not as a lock, but as a lever. They bound Mephisto's soul stone beneath Travincle, believing steel and sigils could cage a lie. But the key's true purpose was written in blood, each fragment, a chalice of corruption. First the Horadrim themselves, their hands steady, their faith unshaken, until the stone's whispers seeped into their bones. Then came the Zakaram, who built temples to Mephisto's shadow, mistaking poison for piracy. Their hymns grew fevered, their altars stained with the madness they sought to purge. The hero of the Hellforge bore the final weight. Their blade shattered the soul stone, but the act did not silence Mephisto, it merely reshaped his prison. The keys had never needed to be found. They needed to be wielded to bind mortals to their architect's will. Even the Sin War's architects, who sought to chain hatred, became its pawns. The column's curse is not in what it holds, but in what it awakens. Who then is the true prisoner? The Horadrim who sealed their doom, the hero who cracked the stone only to crack themselves. Or Mephisto, who needed no escape, for the key was always in his hand. The keys are not relics. They are a lineage, a thread of fractured minds, each one a verse in his dirge, and still the cycle turns. Still the soul stone's echo lingers, not in hell, but in the hearts of those who dare to carry it. What is sealed? What is free? The answer bleeds in the silence between. But this artifact is more than what it does. Its meaning is wider than its function. Each key a blade, each relic a curse. Mephisto's return was etched in the blood they spilled. The columns, prison, a womb. Diablo Roman 4 fires burn with seeds sown in their madness. The column key was never a lock, it was a lever. Each cursed relic a poisoned chalice, a fractured heart, a flail of living dread was not meant to bind hatred, but to breed it. The Horadrim in their hubris forged a cradle for Mephisto's return. Every prayer etched into the soul stone, every sacrifice at the column altar, fed the rot. Hatred does not break chains, it becomes the chain. What legacy could such a prison hold? None. For every generation that clung to the keys as talismans, they unknowingly polished the hinges of Mephisto's cage. The Sin War trilogy whispers this truth: hatred thrives in devotion. A key turned in faith becomes a lockpick in the hands of the patient. The column's prison was a mirror, reflecting not Mephisto's weakness but sanctuaries. Institutions bend, relationships fracture. The same hands that raised the keys to heaven would later clutch them in betrayal. The cursed eye of Khalim did not watch hatred, it watched the watchers, measuring their decay. The heart did not pulse with heat, it pulsed with the slow, inexorable spread of corruption. The Flail. A monument to the violence that births more violence. No relic can starve hatred, no prison can outlast its hunger. The column key's true power lies not in what it bound, but in what it revealed, that hatred's victory is written in the blood of those who refuse to fight. The keys are not warnings, they are invitations, and the door, always unlocked. The column keys lie buried beneath Travancore, their corruption sleeps, but it breathes. Mephisto's shadow writhes in Nerel's veins, a thread from the prison's loom. The quest items were never shackless, they were seeds. Each relic a wound, each fragment a hunger. He did not need walls to rot the soul of sanctuary, he needed vessels. The prison's design was a palindrome, the deeper the burial, the sweeter the resurrection. What waits beneath the stone is not a prisoner, but a promise. The key's true purpose was to fracture the world's resolve, to make every battle an echo of his whisper. And now, as Nerel walks, the flail's shadow stretches. The door, always unlocked, the question is not if the key will rise. It is who will turn it. Nerel walks, the flail's shadow stretches. The door, always unlocked, the question is not if the key will rise. It is who will turn it. The column key was never a lock, it was a wound, a channel. The soul stone that cursed inheritance did not bind Mephisto, it fed him. Each relic a heart, an eye, a flail carved the prison's walls into a mirror. What hatred consumed, hatred became. Was the stone ever a shield, or just a slower drowning? The key's corruption proves Mephisto's truth. Prisons are prologues. The column's makers thought to cage him, they only scripted his return. Their blood etched the blueprints, their bones became the hinges. No relic holds what it was never meant to hold. The soul stone's curse outlives its shattering. Mephisto's prison was no tomb. It was a hymn, a dirge, a slow, inevitable unraveling. The column key whispers, hatred needs no lock, only a memory, a name. A hand, a turn, 176 words. How did the soul stone's destruction fail to end Mephisto's influence? The Hellforge's flames could not consume what was already woven into the column key. Each relic a cursed eye, heart, Flail was a thread in his escape. What other relics bear his mark? The column key awaits. Next, the heart of